Welcome back to another episode of the Youth Academy Career here on FC24, where last episode we had a decent amount of upgrades that were available for our players. After beating Fulham 6-4, we lost to Villa 3-1, but then winning against Nottingham Forest 3-1 and drawing against Chelsea 0-0. In today's video, we have Middlesbrough, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, and maybe West Ham. But we also have Tottenham and Arsenal, as y'all know. I'm going to go ahead and quick sim them for one last time. And then we start in January and hopefully begin our FA Cup run. And before we get to the Youth Academy here are the upgrades for last episode. We had +1 finishing for Santos the striker. We had a +3 for man of the match for Santos the striker against Fulham. That went to attack positioning, all 3 points there. We had +1 passing, and that went to short pass for Richie. We had +1 long shot for Hoffmann Jr., scoring 2 long shots in pretty much, I don't know if it was last episode alone or the last 2 episodes, so he get +1 long shot. I didn't tell you all that. And then +1 long shot for Richie as well for his goal against Nottingham Forest. I believe it was against Nottingham Forest, yes. And +1 crossing for Alves, who actually already has decent crossing for him. And then +3 man of the match for Santos, the striker again, which went to his penalties. So those are all the upgrades there for today. We are going to offer more upgrades for today's video as well for these players. And hopefully we're going to start to look for some great players to be brought in, as we have a scouting report here now over in Australia. It's looking like we might get somebody decent here. Anderson is not good enough, so nothing there. Jude Holmes is not good enough. Bobby Matthews, 58 to 80 overall. Goalkeeper, 2.6 million. I will bring him in. No, I won't. I won't bring him in at all. We don't need goalkeepers. I don't want a goalkeeper. We have GERRAD, who is a great goalkeeper. Now over to Poland. We're finally starting to get some talent here. 16-year-old for him. We'll go ahead and bring in Palawski. We'll go ahead and bring him in. Kosmanek, we won't bring him in because he is a goalkeeper. We won't bring him in. Now, this guy is somebody who is a perfect example of a Martins, a.k.a. Martins. We're going to go ahead and bring him in. We're going to see if he's a good upgrade position for wherever he is to whatever he should be. And if so, then we'll do that. If not, we will just instantly release him. And then over to Homeland, England, where hopefully we can make it 3 out of 3 of at least somebody decent. We obviously didn't bring in anybody from Australia, but maybe here, no, because it's looking like the best player was the goalkeeper again. Youth Academy here. Are these the 3? No. This guy, he was already here. So we're going to put him on a training thing so we can remember he is here. These 2 are the new guys. Palawski, who's a 68 overall center back. Could grow. Could be something special. Is he? Oh, don't tell me it's... Oh, no. Okay, that's right there. Oh, I thought my mouse was messed... Oh, my controller was messed up. Could he be a CDM? He could be a CDM, realistically. He could be a left back. He could be a right back. He could be a CDM. We do need more decent midfielders, although we have Martins and Hoffmann Jr. And in fact, he is a better center back than CDM. So we'll go ahead and boost his defensive stats there until he gets to high. And then we'll go ahead and go from there. And then Kalawski, we can go and see what his best position is by going to SoFIFA and putting his stats in. And honestly, we didn't have to really look at it because look at his defending stats. He's 100% a center back. It's going to take him 12 weeks to get there. But once he does, I'm going to go ahead and decrease him from high-low to medium. I'll give him medium at least, even though it should be low. I'll give him medium-high. Obviously, he will go to high just by basing his stats there. Looking at the Youth Academy now, we have Morozov, who honestly might not come into a team. He might be an instant release. I might release Valadez. I might try and loan him out in January maybe. And then Carter as well. He could play striker. But there is somebody else that I'm looking at striker possibly bringing in January. We'll see as Kai Santos continues to fly. He's now up to a 75. I think he might have stayed at 75. Ponce is up to 83. He's been terrible, though. So that's pretty much that. It's time now to get into gameplay 5 minutes into the video. Probably less. And in fact, Middlesbrough have 1 point. So we are not going to offer any stat boost. We are just going to go ahead and simulate through it. And hopefully the boys get the job done against Middlesbrough. And Santos opens the scoring 28 minutes in. It's 1-0. Alberto Santos gets the goal. It's a quick equalizer as Corburn goes ahead and equalizes 4 or 5 minutes later. It's 1-1. Clean sheet bonus is gone. And Richie takes the lead back for Wakefield. It's 2-1. 58 minutes gone by. And Santos, the striker, gets on the score sheet as well. It's 3-1. 66 minutes gone by. And a 3-1 win for Wakefield Juniors. Now, do we give man of the match? Because obviously man of the match here is Richie with the 9.6. I'm not going to go ahead and do man of the match because I didn't play that. So +3, so no stat boost there. It's just a good win against Middlesbrough. I mean, a win that we expect. And we are going to go ahead and quick sim this game against Spurs. We're actually only 2 points behind them. But I do still expect to lose it at least, maybe even a draw, as we actually do get a draw where Richie scoring a pretty much last-minute equalizer there in the 86th minute. So we'll go ahead and keep another draw against a Big Six. Next up is Crystal Palace. No, it's Bournemouth. Game here against Bournemouth at Wakefield Park. It's a traditional starting 11 with Santos playing as striker. We are going to go ahead and offer +1 for Santos, finishing if he can go ahead and score in today's game here against Bournemouth. Let's get it going. Alves will win the ball back. Alves now into Richie. Richie into Santos. Santos into Santos. Onside, 1-0. And +1 finishing for Mr. Alberto Santos. Quiroga. Richie can't find Santos on the pass back. Maybe last chance for Bournemouth as they're going to look to get up the field. It's Johnson out wide. Ruiz couldn't make the tackle. It's Johnson now on the ball. Johnson still with Johnson. Wash trying to defend. Wash does defend. He'll clear up the field as well. And that is a whistle blown. A 1-0 win against Bournemouth. It's a clean sheet. It's +1 stat for the entire back line. It's +1 stat for the goalkeeper. And it's +3 for man of the match as well, as long as we get one. And man of the match, it goes to Alberto Santos, who scored the only goal. 7.9 is one of the weakest man of the matches you'll see. But he gets it. It'll be +3 stats for him. Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. It's time to take them. Are they behind us? No, I believe we are behind them by 8 points. We are behind them by 8 points in our quest of maybe European glory for next season. But we have to take on Crystal Palace. We have to beat Crystal Palace. And we are going to offer +1 stamina for Hoffmann Jr. just if he plays the entire 90 minutes. Because his stamina must be awful. In fact, let's go and check out his stamina now. What is his stamina? Oh my god, his defending and physical is terrible. His stamina is 65. His strength is 60. Wow. Okay, cool. So +1 stamina for Hoffmann Jr. Let's go and get into the game. Let's see if we can beat Crystal Palace at home. If we can get back-to-back clean sheets, that would be great as well. Obviously, stats boosts don't go into place until after the episode is over. That way, it's simpler and I can get the episodes done quicker. Even though not like I'm behind or anything, or even I'm actually way ahead. Hoffmann Jr. now on the ball. It's still with Hoffmann Jr. Hoffmann Jr. Show off your long shot trait. Show off your long. It's not your long shot trait. Just show off your long shots. And it's +1. And it's Hoffmann Jr. again. 1-0 lead here against Crystal Palace early. And that might just have to be another +1 long shot for him, you know. Because my godly. Sykes. Martins. Hoffmann Jr. Hoffmann Jr. He should find Richie. Richie will double the lead. It's 2-0. And the captain on the score sheet again. And Hoffmann Jr. with the assist. He might be on his way to man of the match. Hoffmann Jr. is putting the press on now. And Hoffmann Jr. will get it back after interception from Alves. Santos into Richie. Off the post into the back of the net. And he'll go ahead and double his goal tally. It's 3-0 for Wakefield here against Crystal Palace. The header, you do. Quiroga. Out wide for Santos. Headed it down for Ruiz. Now over the top. Hoffmann has to get to that ball. He doesn't, but that's game over. A 3-0 win. It's back-to-back clean sheets. And it's actually a great win there. That's +1 stamina as well for Hoffmann Jr. as he's played the full 90 minutes. And that's +1 defending attributes for the defenders as well. And that's +1 goalkeeping stat boost as well for GERRAD as he kept a clean sheet. Obviously that affects him, and we'll get a man of the match as well, and I believe it's Richie, but he did come off, so maybe not. Man of the match is Hoffmann Jr. So that'll be +3 for Hoffmann Jr. as Richie got a 9.2 with 2 goals. So it'll be a +3 stats for Hoffmann Jr. as well. Arsenal away from home, a quick sim, a 3-2 loss. Santos and Santos. I don't know what Santos scored there. I can check. It was Alberto? No, it wasn't. That's Kai. That's Kai. Last game of the episode here against West Ham. We are going to go ahead and offer a +1. What do we offer a +1 for? Who have we done? We've done everyone besides Martins in the back line. Maybe we do something for Martins. Let me look at his. And we are going to go ahead and offer Martins +1 vision if he can get an assist in today's game here against West Ham at home. Let's see what the boys can do. Can Hoffmann continue what he has a fine form this episode? He's going to have a bunch of stats. He's a man of the match for this game. Kai Santos scored 2 goals in the last game against Arsenal. Obviously the loss there, but we obviously don't care about that too much. This game here against West Ham is a lot more important. Is Declan Rice back at West Ham as well? Lucas Torreira, Declan Rice, kudos! Clean sheet gone. West Ham take the lead. Felix in towards Bino, Gittins, tackled. Martins now up the field for Alves. Alves now into Richie. Richie in towards Santos. Santos is in behind here to level things up here. A touch away. Nearly messed it up, but he gets the ball back and he'll control it. And he'll finish it. And Santos, 1-1. Ake. Joao Felix surely offside. Declan Rice, 2-1. Joao Felix wasn't offside somehow. And Declan Rice scores for West Ham. Wrench. Sule, 3-1. West Ham double the lead. The thumping is thumping, and we are going to thump our way out of here. Sim to the end, a 5-1 loss. We get absolutely humiliated once again, and West Ham leap us over us. And when we come back next episode, we'll have the last scouting report for the 3 nations that we are currently at. We'll have Nottingham Forest, Plymouth in the FA Cup, any big 6 teams playing against each other. That is what we need out of here. No, Arsenal, Millwall, Liverpool, no. Man City, no. It's not looking good. It's really not looking good at the moment. Spurs, Sheffield, and Chelsea, Fulham, and Man United Villa. Man United Villa is actually quite good there. One of those two, as both of those teams are quite decent. We do play Villa at the start of next episode. When we come back, we sit 12th in the table. How far are we away from 7th, which is a Conference League? We're only 5 points off a Conference League spot, so it's not terrible positioning here. We are only 5 points off there. We're 17 points off top of the table, which obviously we're not going for top of the table, but that's not terrible. To be honest, it really isn't terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. When we come back, we'll have a wholesale of upgrades for multiple players here, especially Hoffmann Jr., who's getting +5 no matter what. Our backline's getting +2. Our goalkeeper's getting +2. And I believe Hoffmann Jr. might even be getting a trait as well. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.